Hi, I'm Chris Madden, and welcome to Interiors by Design. We're traveling the country to give you an inside look at terrific homes and the designers who created them. And here's hoping you get a little inspiration for your own home along the way. We begin with a hot look that combines a mix of styles from the past 4 decades. When you hear the term 50s style, you might worry that it's a look that might not work in today's sophisticated homes. But that's certainly not the case here at Bill Cook's home, a great designer in Atlanta. And you've mixed pieces from the 50s, Bill, with some more recent pieces to create this wonderful living dining area. Now, what does this mean to you, 50s style?
Well, Chris, I think for the most part, a lot of people think of 50s as being American 50s. And mass manufactured. But there was a lot of really good design in the 50s after the war, not only in America, but also in Europe. And what I've tried to do is combine pieces from that period, as well as pieces that are currently produced to kind of meld and create a look that has a mid-century statement. I knocked down a lot of walls and heightened the ceilings. And I think the interesting feature that was added was doing the soffit throughout the house.
Yeah, this curve that wiggles around this room is very cool. Tell me about this table. It's a big piece of wood, a gorgeous looking table.
Well, I call it my Millennium table. It's walnut, and it has the 2 X braces as the legs, and then the big slab makes the one.
So that's the Roman numerals. I like that. The chairs look like they've been in a museum for the last 50 years. Where did you find them?
Well, they do look vintage. It fools even the experts, but actually they're manufactured by a company in California. The fabric also has a very vintage, retro feel to it.
Lighting is very hip, as they say, but it really is over this table. How did you do this?
I'm pulling my water aquatic feeling with doing sort of a kidney-shaped pool over the table, and it's really interesting how the light refracts it like a shimmering pool of water over the table.
Bill, you've got some wonderful collectibles, and I love this one wall where you've set them up, and great display space. Is that your creation?
Yes, well, in the 50s, Charlotte Perriand for Jean Prouvé did a lot of etagères of this style. And what I did is I wanted more serving space as well as creating display space for a lot of the things I have collected. And the one floating etagère also helps create a defining space between the dining room and the living room.
I see. Okay, so it's really like a room divider, but you don't have a wall blocking your vision. Tell me about the sideboard. I love this piece.
It was done by Ed Wormley for Dunbar Furniture in the 50s.
He was a big name then, and he's hot again.
He's become very appreciated once again, and rightfully so. It's mahogany, and it has latticed mahogany veneer with steel. It's a real interesting design.
Bill, I love these sconces over here. You know, they almost look like martini olives to me.
Well, that's perceptive of you, Chris, because that's exactly what they're supposed to be. They're designed by Henri Jouve, a French sculptor of the 1950s, and they were commissioned by Mr. Olive in Marseille. They ended up in my house because I love them.
That's what I love, that you don't have to feel like you're frozen in a certain time or space. So for all of us who want to create this look, you know, you can find things at garage sales, maybe not the classic pieces, but you can get that look. And like right here, this sofa is phenomenal.
It was rather fussy with all the buttons and so forth, so we changed the fabric, put a nice mohair velvet, and did just sort of little tacks on it versus the button tufting, and eliminated the tacks on the tight seat, and then added a couple of fun pillows just to give extra comfort.
Those pillows. I want those pillows. What are they?
They're Mongolian lamb.
Oh, they're cool. Now, they look very comfortable. I'm not sure about these chairs. I know they're classics. You got to tell me, are they?
They really are comfortable because the canvas strapping gives with you, so you'll have to try it out.
This oak table is an incredible shape. Wonderful design.
It's limed oak, and I love this sort of very cubist, refracted quality about it, you know, the geometric feeling that's very common to 50s design.
Bill, I love how this is an L-shaped area, and it leads you over to this very comfortable sitting room.
Well, it is a more casual sitting area to enjoy the fireplace and the TV, Chris.
Tell me about the furniture here. Very long sofa, but looks comfortable.
I did, particularly oversized. It actually was kind of inspired from a design I remembered as a child in my father's office that I would sit on, so it was kind of a nostalgia moment there.
What about this ottoman? Very long, and it's a great color of leather.
Well, it's great to enjoy the fireplace. It adds extra seating, and also the chairs are interesting because one is vintage and one is new. One's covered in linen, one's covered in chenille. So I just love the tertiary tones of the rooms, the browns, the greens, and so forth.
So you really can mix and match, and the pillows, of course, pull it all together to my eye.
Well, I like also bringing the outdoors in, and I think these colors do reflect that. You know, we talked about the aquatic theme earlier.
And Bill, speaking of aquatic, you have an aquarium right here. I love this.
I do too, Chris. I've really enjoyed having it in this space. And again, it's tying in, bringing that nature feeling into the space, the aquatic feeling, and it's just wonderful to enjoy it visually when you're in the room.
Well, we've seen some wonderful ideas here, Bill. And if you'd like to create a modern 50s style living room or any room, here are some ideas to keep in mind. Look to combine today's pieces with vintage ones, like Bill did in the dining room. Good reproductions are often hard to distinguish from originals, which means you can get an authentic look without breaking your budget. Use an earthy color palette to pull together contrasting pieces like the curved couch and angular table in the seating area. In this way, shape and texture, rather than color, will provide interest in your 50s style space. Scout out unique light fixtures for your room, such as the chandelier and martini sconces Bill placed in the dining room. Fixtures that have a sense of fun to them can help continue a theme like this 50s one. There's more to come on Interiors by Design, so stay with us.